guys, how y'all doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and the hype for FIFA 23 is well and truly underway. And today I thought I'd do a video going in depth and really prioritizing career mode, because I did a video recently about pro clubs. Let's go into career mode, as there will be more information about pro clubs very soon. I believe early August to do a trailer about that. So I thought, why not go into the career mode community on Reddit and let's go see what is the sole basic expectation, okay, the minimum requirement to see the new FIFA as a step forward. Now, I'll give you my honest opinions in terms of what I think will happen for 23, and what I think will happen is that I think there will be very much minimal improvements this year for a reason. And that is the fact that this is the last FIFA, and that the new FIFA, or the new EA football game, EAFC, that is where they may save more of their, hyped up new features, because they may know that, because it's a brand new game and it won't be FIFA anymore, they're going to make sure they have something new, have something exciting. So I feel like they may have a tactic to kind of not put their resources too much into this FIFA, as if they don't do that already, and then maybe go into the new era of the EA games with a bang, with a lot of brand new features that will get people really hyped up about it. That's kind of how I see it and what I think may happen. You guys may have a different thought, so tell me down below. So we are on r/FIFA careers, a pretty popular career mode page on Reddit here, saying it's a time of year, let's make our FIFA 23 career mode wish list, and let's see what are the most popular and the most upvoted things that you guys would want for the new FIFA. So starting off with the most upvoted comment, which is stats on loan players outside of your own league. And below that is stats in general. Why do they have to be wiped every season? Now, as a player that loves Football Manager, I love playing FM, and I love the fact that I can have a player which, regen, that I can see how their career transforms over the years. I love that element of looking at my players and how they grow or how they may fall apart, and I think that is such an important thing and should be, again, a basic necessity for FIFA. It's a managerial game where there's no real progression of stats beyond one season, which seems very limited to me. And for people that really likes a more academy-based type of career mode, where they're having players loaned out and they want to see how they do, they can't see how their players are doing at other clubs. They don't see in detail what they are doing. So it feels like there's a massive disconnect there. So stats on loan players outside their own league, they can see how their loan players are doing and how they are progressing, really, because it feels like they are kind of just giving you the bare minimum of information, which is basically like, okay, they're over here, they may have an increased rating, and that's it. Okay, move on. And next up goes alongside stats, but also with more about their career, and that is a way to see how a player has progressed over their career, like a player history page, or something similar to trophies, stats, and clubs. Again, just like Football Manager, you have the history tab where you have not only the teams that they've played for previously, all their stats, their average ratings. They've also got the trophies they've won, like a bibliography as well, where you may have, the milestones. So they've won a Champions League, they've won a team of the year, they've won a man in the match performance, something like that, to like update. And across an entire year, they've had 7 man of the match awards. Just something like that to make it feel like your team is more than just like the same kind of players. I don't know, it kind of gives you more elements to build your own sort of storyline. Because when I play FM, because I don't play career mode all that much, because for me it feels like very much the same experience. I enjoy playing 1 year of like a realistic Burnley save, and I enjoy playing the brand new like angles and the camera angles, and it feels really good. It is quite enjoyable, to be fair, for the first season or so. Then after that, it kind of feels a bit, I don't know, it kind of loses its magic to me. Once that kind of initial realistic, cool stadiums and animations are kind of out the way, it kind of feels like it is a very similar experience, and you want more. You want more to kind of build your own storylines to keep you going, and it feels like they kind of really are lacking that element to it to give you a reason to kind of keep going. The reason why I play FM so much is that when I get one wonder kid from Argentina, a regen from Brazil, I want to see how they do. I want to see how would they respond to my system. Will they flourish or will they fail? And there's that kind of course, it's different for FIFA because you actually are playing the game, but sometimes it could be a part of it where like a player, you would not know what their potential is. But FIFA, it feels like it's kind of always known that like a player will always go to a very high level, or they're almost capped at a certain level if they are a real player. But like with FM, it is almost like random that a player can have a kind of level potential, but if they are doing really well in your system, they can go higher than that, or they can go lower if they are being played poorly. So I think that's really important. Panda with also a pretty good recommendation as well, saying that more realistic player upgrades, similar to what I said, but this one's a bit different, saying that, for example, my 30-year-old 75 rated striker that scored 25 goals in the Premier League should get a 5+ upgrade, should get upgraded based on the fact that they're playing really well. But they don't, because if they're 30, they just do not get upgraded at all. Doesn't really matter how they actually perform. It just doesn't matter. Like, they're going to stay the same rating or go worse in rating, even though they could be performing out of their skin, which is dumb to me. If you got a striker who's not scoring goals but is 23, he should go down in ratings just by his pure stats, not just by form but by stats, if he's performing really poorly. Juno is saying, anything new, which is, it's simple, but it is effective. RF says, kit sponsors for create a club, in which someone responds back with, like the F1 game, it's annoying how they can't make up a random name and logo. Berkshire saying, literally so easy, or at least just tell us, let us put an EA logo on the shirts, EA can be the sponsor, which is dumb, because like in the F1 game, you have your create a constructor, where you can have your own livery with your own team, your own name, and there's no excuse of licensing because there's no real sponsors in there. It's just like, okay, it's just a bunch of random names and a bunch of random logos that doesn't mean anything, but it's a sponsor. You can customize it and it makes the experience more unique to you. That should be a basic requirement almost, that like, what I want for my cream of the game, in my ideal world, is that I want my experience of when I play the game to be vastly different to my friends or to my to other people's career modes. I want to have my own personal experience that some players in my save may do really well, but may do really poorly in yours. I want my team to have my own individual style to it. I feel like people don't really have that in nowadays, like career modes. They kind of all feel like very cookie-cutter kind of team. And something as simple as having a sponsor, having staff, having facilities is a big factor of that. You can't even say that licensing is a reason why you can't do it, because, for F1 you can do it and that has licensing. So I don't know why for a creator. I can get it, you can't change the team kit or the team sponsor in an actual football club. So you can't go and change your Liverpool's entire kit, because I get that there's a licensing to that, so I get that. But for create a club, there should be no excuse. Rio Academy players and sending under 21s to the second team, which that'd be really cool. EA for this game is having a lot more attention to the women's game, which is great to know. And I kind of feel like, maybe for like the Man City Academy, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea's Academy as well, that it would be kind of cool to have that kind of like Premier League 2 in it as well. Again, it's not necessarily like the end of the world, but it is a cool little feature. I would love more options in the financial side of the game. There's so much that could be done. Stuff like setting prices for match tickets, selling merchandise, maybe something can be added such as unlocking special merch to sell as an achievement, choosing sponsorships, and instead of just having club worth and profit, maybe there should be a bank balance which builds up every time you make profit in a season, which can be used for improvements to the facilities or stadium, sort of like in FM. This is mostly a pipe dream. EA seems dead set on taking things away rather than improving things. I just want FM with FIFA match days, which I think that's everyone's dream. I think everyone just wants it to be like, I want the FM features but with the FIFA gameplay. That is what I think is everyone's dream world. Being able to use real managers in manager mode, or at least improve the create your own process. I do believe I've seen a link that you can actually play as real managers in career mode. I have seen this out and about a lot on Twitter, actually. So this is actually potentially a thing that can be true. So that's one thing ticked off already, actually. So you can be Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola, and it'd be kind of cool, I guess, if you could have like iconic managers. Great ideas, everybody. Too bad the only new feature we're gonna get is editing shorts when creating a club. That's the thing. That sounds about right. That sounds about accurate, that. Here's a big one here, but I'll try and go for the basic elements. So, dump or fits the board objectives. In player career fits the match goals set by the manager. To not be stupid. Put contracts back in. Add unlockables like alternative kits or fan chants that can be bought with player wages. So, actually have an actual element with the wages to have a meaning behind it. Let players choose an agent depending on what they want. If they want to be a one-club man, then you want an agent who will fight for you to get the best wages, etc., etc. Actually have agents in the game that would actually maybe help you out in terms of what kind of team that you want to perform. So if you're like a Chelsea kind of system where you can have like players who is basically real going for the door in and out quite fast, have that. If you want more of a long-term thing, then maybe go for like the more Liverpool approach, technically. Charming says, overall more realism with transfers. There should be some sort of special trait that some players with potential to be special or similar only get bought by big clubs. Like I just played Leverkusen, and they had Gravenberch, Ansu Fati, and Rodrigo. Vardy and Immobile always end up at Man City or Real Madrid, and it's just so unrealistic to see. Something I would love them to add would be a coaching staff team. Have, say, 6 coaching staff slots, multiple different types of coaches, varying from goalkeeper coach to forward coaches, or maybe even special coaches like a set-piece coach and a fitness coach. For example, a 5-star goalkeeper coach might max out the growth arrow for goalkeeper reflex and have a chance to pass down saves of feet traits, whereas a 1-star goalkeeper coach would have lower kicking and give a slight increase to goalkeeper positioning and have a chance to pass down a negative trait such as cautious of crosses or injury-prone traits. And with the star ratings, this can be based on your wages, or it can be based on the transfers that you have. So maybe that you would have less money in your transfer budget if you get a more expensive coach. Even though you may have less money to spend on players, you can have that dynamic of investing into your squad that you already have and maybe have them get better much more faster over time. But if you don't care about that, you could just get 1-star everything to get those simple basics, or 2-star, and just involve and just focus and prioritize just bringing in more players. On the website, they've got this, which it says, live out your football dreams as a manager or a player in career mode. FIFA 23 brings you the ability to define your personality as a player, manage as some of the football's most famous names, so new managers, and enjoy a new way to play your season with playable highlights in the most authentic experience to date, with a screenshot of literally every single FIFA since 20. It's so authentic, it's missing most leagues and 99% of the stadiums. And yeah, there's some bullet points here of things that are currently missing. They invested their time into 3 leagues: England, Spain, and Germany. So I believe that the entire career mode reveal will be on August 1st. So that's when we'll get the official information. I've not got much hope. Like, again, if we go through another year without staff, facilities, the simple basics of football, then I don't know what to say at this stage. What I think will happen is I think nothing will really happen for this FIFA, and that all the pretty cool innovations may be put into the EAFC because they think they need to start off with a bang, because that would be like the new era of the EAFC games. That's kind of what I think will happen. Tell me your thoughts down below. And yeah, like, are you looking forward to it? I enjoy career mode for a season or so, and after that I kind of get a bit bored of it. Maybe you guys are different and you guys still really get attached to it, and I'm happy for you guys. Like, I enjoy FM a bit more. I just want to have that one great year of an experience. That's what I want. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and stay safe.